Well, now, these people that arose in the years before the destruction of Jerusalem, in AD 60 and so, they didn't perform miracles. And besides that, they didn't deceive the Christians. The Christians had been warned not to, when the armies came, they were not to flee into Jerusalem. They were to go up into the hills, and they were to go away from Jerusalem, not go into the walled cities, because they would be destroyed. And that's exactly what happened. The Romans came, they marched up into Galilee, they destroyed the cities in Galilee, and then when they finished Galilee, they came down and they besieged Jerusalem. And they spent several months reducing the city, and they killed millions in the city of Jerusalem. Josephus estimates around 3 to 4 million people perished in Jerusalem. And they found archaeological evidence of these people who died in the siege of Jerusalem. It's a historical fact. It's not fantasy. But the Christians didn't believe that the Christians weren't deceived by any of this. That many of the Christians fled to Antioch and up in Syria, where they were spared from this horrid catastrophe that came upon Jerusalem and Israel. And these false prophets in the days of Josephus did not work signs and wonders, and they didn't deceive any of the Christians. There were no Christians that fled into Jerusalem. They kept Jesus' commandment not to go into the city. So, verse 23 cannot be talking about the destruction of Jerusalem because it doesn't describe the destruction of Jerusalem. The Christians were not deceived, and these prophets didn't work they didn't work miracles, great signs and wonders. But they will at the end of the age. If you read Revelation chapter 13, for example, it talks about the beast and the false prophet who live at the end of the age, and they work miracles. They have the power of Satan. They're able to do these signs and wonders. And some of the non-canonical works describe, like the Ascension of Isaiah, describe the wonders that they will work, where the sun comes up at midnight and the moon comes up in the middle of the day, and you can see these wonders, and they are so deceptive. They are so deceptive that Jesus said if it was possible, even the very elect would be deceived. And if you didn't know what to expect, if you weren't aware of what was going to happen, then the Christians might also be led astray. But Jesus has given us warning that there will be signs and wonders, that Satan does have power. Satan is able to work signs and wonders, and that we should not be deceived. We should know these things are going to happen, that God permits it, but He's warned us that we should not be deceived by these signs and wonders that will happen at the end of the age. But they will be signs of His coming. When you start to see the devil and his servants performing signs and wonders, then you'll know we're not far from the end of the age. We're getting there. Now, people have complained about using the fig tree as a sign of the coming of Christ, because the Bible says that you know not the day or the hour. Not the angels nor the Son of Man knows the day or the hour when He is to come again. But when you're talking about a tree budding, can you know the hour that summer is going to arrive from looking at a tree? No. You can't tell the exact day, an hour that summer is going to arrive from looking at a tree. But you can know the season. You can know that it's spring. You can know that summer is near. But you can't know the day or the hour. So this prophecy does not violate Jesus' warning that you don't know the day or the hour. Because a fig tree doesn't tell the day or the hour. It only tells the season. So these passages do not contradict one another. But the fact that Israel has budded does let us know that we're in the last days, that we're in the end of days. And we should be expecting the return of Christ, and we should be expecting all of these things coming upon us. in Hebrews chapter 10, we're warned to not forsake the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching.